If you've ever scrolled on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, you'll probably be aware of what the shelfie shot is. Essentially, it's just products on a shelf. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today, but with a tiny little twist. We're going to be using 3 lights and we're going to get creative with some gels. Let's talk lighting. So I'm going to walk you through what my 3 light setup for today is. First of all, on channel A, we have my key light. It's a bare bulb and it's pointing directly at the products because I love things bright and I love things crisp. Boo.
Oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack. Oh.
So the next light, now that we're done being silly, we've got our fill light. This is essentially just putting some light back into those shadows from our first light at channel A. I've got it pointing behind some diffuser paper, and our diffuser paper roll is just on a C-stand, and then I've just clamped it with a clip so it doesn't keep rolling down. But essentially, this is just lifting the shadows and making everything really soft. I'm gonna get... This is where things get fun, and we're incorporating a 3rd light. So I just have a strobe here sitting on a little tiny, teeny little stand, and it's pointing directly at the background. Right now, I don't have any modifiers on it, so it's gonna be big, bold, bright. It's gonna spread a lot. But I'm gonna show you the difference between a bare bulb and also one with a modifier, and then we're gonna add some color to it as well using some gels. So for now, I'll just show you what it looks like without, and then we'll start playing. I did legs yesterday. This is hard work. Oh, I'm getting old, Hoosie. Okay, let's talk about the set itself. So don't tell my landlord, but I may have borrowed our glass shelves from the window, but I will return them. I'm just borrowing them. However, if you want to buy some glass shelves, you can get them from Bunnings, hardware stores. You can even order them online from a window store. But I'm using glass shelves today, and I'm using Propsy lamp blocks as like my foundation building pieces. So I've got a Propsy lamp block on the bottom, I've added the shelf, another block here, and then I've added the shelf. So I decided to use 2 different sizes just to give me a bit of like variety in the size between the shelves. After that, you essentially just pop your products in how you want. I'm tethering at the moment, so I'm actually making little adjustments to make sure everything looks really balanced, nothing looks out of place. I'm just placing the blocks very carefully either side, and then I'm gonna grab my shelf. I'm like the most clumsiest person. I don't know why anyone would give me this job. And then literally just place your products on top. Again, being careful. Now, my camera today is elevated, so I'm not gonna see the background on the base, but I've just created a nice little, with the shape of the products. I didn't want it to be too like all one size kind of vibe. Like I don't think that looks very flattering. So I've just mixed and matched. Okay, let's talk cameras. I've just got my camera on a tripod, I'm shooting portrait, and I have it elevated because I want my products to look big, I want them to feel like the hero, so I'm essentially shooting upwards. For now, I'm just doing a test shot, so I've just got channel A turned on. I just want to see what that light's doing. So let's go ahead and take a shot. As I mentioned before, I am tethering as well, so I can see everything that I'm doing right then and there. It's really great to tether, especially for shots like this where you have lots of products. You might want to make little micro movements. So I'm using Capture One, and tethering literally just saves me so much time from walking back and forth. So anyways, we've taken a shot and we just have channel A turned on. That's our very first strobe, it's our key light. So right now it's looking a little bit dark, there's lots of harsh shadows. This actually could be a really cool photo, but I wanted it to be really big, bright and bold and colorful. So we're gonna go ahead and add channel B to the equation. So I'm just gonna turn channel B on and let's take a shot. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so channel B has added a lot of light and I really like this style. I like things lit very evenly. I think this looks really nice. However, I think the photo could really do with a little bit of extra love. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn channel C on. That's our third strobe, and that's the strobe that's on the little mini stand underneath the table pointing at the background. And just remember, we don't have a modifier on channel C right now, so it's gonna be very bright. Okay, so again, this could be a great photo, but the light isn't how I want it. I want the light to be a little bit more defined. I want it to look like it's glowing. I don't want just to light the background. I want to create a shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a modifier, and then we'll see what that looks like as well. Lizzie, we need to stop meeting under the table like this. Okay, so I'm gonna be adding a modifier to the light now. This is just the one that's in the shape of a dome. It's called a reflector. You can get different sizes of these, but we're just gonna attach that, and it's still pointing directly at the background. So let's go see what that looks like. Oh, shoot.
Whoa.
Okay, so we've taken a test shot now that C has its modifier on. There's not a great deal of a difference. However, you can see the pink above it is a bit more deeper. The light is a little bit more like directional, and you can see that it's a bit more glowy in a certain spot on the background. However, I want to take things to another level and add some gels. Gels are a great way to create like different colors, make gradients in your backgrounds. You might not have a pink and green background, so you can play around with lights and gels to create those colors right then and there. I'm just gonna go pop these on the camera. I'm putting green on, so we'll see what this looks like. So I've just blue tacked two colors together because I want it to be quite a deep, vivid, colorful, vibrant green. So I've just popped these two gels together. I'm just gonna put some blue tack either side of my gel. You can attach these however you like, sticky tape, a clamp. I just find it's easy to use blue tack. So I'm literally just gonna press it on and make sure that you cover the entire modifier because you don't want light to spread out. Let's have a look what this looks like with the green. Let's go ahead and take a shot. Woohoo, it looks great. So there are a few things that I would change here because I want the green to be a little bit more bold. I'm gonna turn B down because that's throwing a lot of light onto the background. It's spreading a lot, so I'm just gonna turn B down and let's take another test shot. So when I say turning down, I mean turning down the power on your strobes. Let's take another shot. And that looks awesome. I'm really happy with that photo. So you can see the green spreading from down below, and then you get this beautiful gradient to see the pink background. I think this is a great shot. I'm really happy with that, and it's gonna look even better when I edit it. The other really cool thing about Capture One is that you can do a really quick edit and just see what it looks like. So I've just done a quick edit. It's looking very saturated, very bright. I am really happy with how the gradient came out. And then the cool thing about Capture One as well is that now every single photo that I take from here on will have that exact same edit on it, so it saves you a little time in editing and color grading too. But yeah, that's essentially how to do a shelfie shot with a gradient. It's super simple. It's a really fun way to get creative. You just add an extra little bit of love into your photos. And just a little shameless plug, if you want your hands on these Propsyland blocks, you can find them at www.propsyland.com. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you are watching from YouTube. And give us a comment if you want to know anything else. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Oh, that's very dangerous.